An amazing
I was
song,
scared
but...
it was gonna be another sort of Italian name that I was gonna butcher right away.
Yeah, right.
And it probably is, but let's hope it's just Beggin. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Juice Music Reviews. It's Friday, and we have a new artist to go through today. Are you having fun with the guitar pick in your forehead today?
I have a pick in my face.
In Danish, that is just hilarious.
That is a bad word.
That's a bad word. It's just
that is something you
man.
do to one of your mates when he's like passed out drunk. Then you draw something on his forehead.
Speaking of passed out drunk, let's dive right into this music review. We are diving into Italy today, and we're talking about
Måneskin.
Måneskin, yeah.
And
what is it called in English? Like moonshine?
No, they're just called Måneskin. It is their name.
It's just a name.
Yeah.
Måneskin.
Like the band Måneskin got known in Italy for getting a second place on their version of X Factor, the 11th season, I believe it was.
Really?
And recently they won the European Song Contest. Yeah, the
Song Contest.
Eurovision. They won Eurovision with
Eurovision,
a rock song. It's not that often that happens.
Actually, I was very impressed with the Eurovision this time around because they were not the only rock band out there. I remember there was this song called Dark Side from Blind Channel.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
I think there were Finnish guys, but they were actually playing. They were actually playing new metal.
Yeah, that's true. That was like, that was new metal. Yeah, that was cool.
What is actually doing a comeback?
I really hope that those were gonna win, but I have no problem with the Måneskin one
because damn, one of them is Danish.
She's half Danish. She's called Victoria de Angeli. I'm sorry if I butchered that name because it is Italian.
And as a Danish person, we have the
trust me, when they won Eurovision, we have a tradition.
Every time that Danish people, we have a tradition on like every time that our country is named or we're featured or we see that someone in somewhere is just remotely related to Denmark, we're like,
we're gonna take so much credit for that,
and we take so much credit for nothing. Like we did nothing.
But the Eurovision is so amazing because, like, basically we hate that guy because he's like from Sweden, and we hate Sweden.
Yeah,
we just hate Sweden, unless we get voted out of the Eurovision. Then that's not the amount of force that will just vote on Sweden. That's like a thing, and I think that definitely like they have tried combating it.
I think it's
in Eurovision.
I think it's the only time we actually agree with our Scandinavian neighbors is when it's Eurovision. We vote for one another.
Absolutely. If
I don't know.
If one of the other goes out, then we'll vote on the one that rest. But for the rest of the time, we just hate each other with a dying passion.
Anyway, let's dive into this song. They won the Eurovision with this song called...
They won the Eurovision with the song called Cite something.
It's hard to pronounce.
I don't know, but this song we're actually going to react to today is called...
Beggin?
Yeah, that was the name, right? Beggin. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to look. Like, I completely forgot. Like, it is. That's what's called, right? It's an amazing song.
I was scared it was going to be another sort of Italian name that I was going to butcher right away.
Yeah, right.
And it probably is, but let's hope it's just Beggin.
Just gonna
maybe
check.
It's not even Beggin. Maybe it's Beggin.
Yeah, Beggin. It's called Beggin. It's just the reason we check is that sometimes, like, when you're listening to a song, it's just like, oh, it's called this, right? And then you just realize it's not. It's called something like completely
Beggin.
Yeah.
Maybe it's spelled like Beggin, but maybe it's called something in Italian. We don't know.
Anyways, it is the song Beggin. It was when I checked, it was like number 27 on the top 50 list. Spotify's top 50.
That's actually
top 100. I'm sorry, top 100.
There's a lot of things in that. By just mentioning that kind of drives my gears. It's a rock song, and it is placed what
Yeah, 27 is basically
27
I think
on the charts.
Like the only one,
and
almost.
And the only rock song on those charts, and I think it's the only reason it's actually on there. It's because it won the Eurovision.
Yeah, they got famous. Like, I will say, Beggin is an
It's
amazing
like
song, but
as a rock musician and a rock fan, I think that is saying everything. That is the only rock song in the top 30 on the freaking charts that is there. And not saying it's a bad song, it's a very good song. However, it's just a lonely thing to see that is the only rock song on that top. And when I'm diving into this song, when we just listened to it, and I gotta admit that yes, it's definitely one of the tracks that could have been written by artists back in the 90s. Like rock artists back in the 90s, no problem there. It kind of has that 90s Nirvana vibe to it in many ways, and that's what kind of also drives my gears in a way. It's not something new presented here. It's not like the deep dish bowl, but there's one thing I really, really love about this. There's actually two things. The first thing, and I think we're gonna just put it up here. We're gonna review this on structure, lyrics, and sexiness.
Yeah.
And right at the bat, I would actually give it 5 stars on structure.
Yeah.
Because I remember our last music review, we talked about when Cold Rain with this music, like their song Gone, and how it was very predictable.
Yeah.
This song took me off guard in so many ways. It has so many like it has a very storytelling structure, but it has so many varieties and differences throughout the entire track.
There were some parts where it kind of like broke off the pattern, and in a very like what you call surprising way, but still in within the song's structural integrity.
It's actually weird because when you first get used to, like, you hear a specific pattern, a specific rhythm, and you hear that for like a few seconds, and you get used to it, and then just as you get used to it, they just break it off, and then something else happens entirely.
If I'm gonna say this sentence, that I think it was a little bit repetitive. What are you gonna feel about that? Because that was one of the things that I did kind of have with this song, but to be fair,
but then again, repetitiveness is it
people love
today?
Yeah, is it repetitive, or is it just like
a song? Damn it! It's a rock pop song.
It is a rock pop song.
Yeah,
it has that
you can
phrase,
call it punk as much as you want, but
please, and it's just going a lot on a loop in some way. But it is a catchphrase, and it does get like that catchiness thing. And the song's called Beggin. I mean, it makes sense. It's a good song, and a lot of songs do that. But sometimes it can get a little bit repetitive.
Yeah,
like if done wrong. You think it's done right here?
Yeah. In that sentence, that's actually the second part I was going into. It's the pace of the vocalist.
Yeah,
he sings very fast.
Yeah, there were that part like a little bit past the middle, I think.
Like it's so fast that it's almost rapping, but it's not rapping. And I was like,
it was still singing.
And I'm trying to catch up with what you're saying here. I'm trying to catch up.
In regards to that, what do you think about his voice? In this song in particular, like he doesn't use all his like vocal fries that he's actually capable of. He can scream like pretty like real almost AC/DC. Like he can get like a real vocal fry on it. But in this song, he's more going for not as much that more growly vocal fry thing. But still in that really like little high pitch, maybe a little bit of skinger. What would that be in English? Like little
shivery,
thing. And it really works good for the song.
Actually, when I'm listening, especially because of the vocals, I think it's vocals who's actually doing this to me. It kind of reminds me of the band called Parallel Royale. I don't know if you haven't heard about Parallel Royale.
I don't think so.
Uneducated, uncultured swine. No, but yeah, I think this vocalist he actually takes me to Parallel Royale, especially with the way he's especially like when you say his representation of his own tone. in a way.
He actually do have like a unique voice.
Yeah,
on its own. Like,
it's actually one of the. He's one of the vocalists out there who makes sure that you actually remembers this band, and you hear him sing it. Like you can hear the music anyway if you want to, but if you as soon as he starts singing, you're like, oh, that's Måneskin.
Yeah, he is recognizable, very unique, and talented. He does have a lot of technique and sing very, very nice, very well. Do these things without like he make it sound easy. He's not like pushing his limits that it sounds good. It sounds like what he's doing is trained and he's very comfortable in this way of singing.
It really has that Brian Johnson feeling of being unique in a way.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, because like that's actually what I think he does better. Because like, yes, Brian Johnson, AC/DC, all that kind of thing. Yeah, some people would say like that's unique to sing like that. But to be honest, if we go back to like the 80s and 90s, how many people sang like that? I mean, they all sound a little different, but like Axl Rose. Right off the bat,
like just swing him out there.
Like even Kurt Cobain, when he like really get up on the screen, he could also
Let's
do
look
it.
At
like
Aerosmith for a second.
Whitesnake, Aerosmith. I mean,
oh dear God,
so many
there's
people
so many
that did
Scorpions out here.
Yeah, two Scorpions. That was so many, and they did sound a little different, but it was the same thing they were doing.
Yeah.
So, but I do think he is like in this modern setting, he is still unique. He has something else with his voice that is like not that.
Yeah,
and he is implementing it in like this pop rocky, like almost a little bit progressive kind of weird thing they have going on.
Actually, when I listened to it, it was also it felt like there's not much dubbing going on.
Yeah, and have you noticed there's hardly an electrical guitar? There are no distortion guitar.
There is an electrical guitar, that's for sure, but it's more playing.
It's acoustic.
It's
acoustic. There's an acoustic guitar going through the whole thing.
Are you sure it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
It's not an electric guitar, but without the distortion setting on.
I'm pretty sure I heard.
It just feels that way anyway.
You know what? If you just cut the sound on that motherfucker there, I'm just gonna play it again because I actually like. What the hell's my phone?
We just listened to it, and I was
he's right. It is an electrical guitar. It's an electrical guitar without the distortion
setting, and you don't hear that very often. No, actually,
and it's like that whole kind of like funky thing where they're just like really on those light strings, on the light strings. Is that what it's called? The light strings, the high strings? I don't freaking know. Anyway, it's like this, like really a rhythm piece where it's basically on the three light strings.
Yeah,
the clear strings. I don't know.
But listening to it again, just in that short term of the span here, it actually also kind of confirms me, and it doesn't sound dubbed on any instrument or in his vocals. It sounds very just like one track here.
Yeah,
when I'm saying dubbed, it's you usually when you record something, you re-record the same thing just on top of it to make it sound a little more thick and a little more wide in a way.
Or you copy, or you sometimes you can even cheat a little bit, and you can just play it one time really good, and then you kind of like just copy paste it all the way down. It does do something like for the whole picture of the sound. It makes it much more grand. So
but that's the lazy way to do it. It doesn't. It makes you sound less human. But that's the thing that I really noticed. It just sounds very bare.
Yeah,
it's almost naked in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say it's a little bit flat.
Yeah,
in some way, it needs some like it's like you say, they've basically taken all their instruments, put a mic on it, and just played it and left.
Yeah,
and then that's just it.
And that's it.
There you go.
It actually the quality that comes out of that, even though it's a very new recording in our time and era, I would actually see this being comfortable as a record player track.
Yeah,
like on the old LP record player.
Yeah, when you listen to the voice, actually, the whole recording of the voice, it's starting to sound like it's actually supposed to sound like an earlier type of recording, almost like a cassette or some kind of thing. It's like they have deliberately went for something that almost like is a
60s, 70s sound on
not
that
a bad
vocal.
take, but like trying to mimic that sound that was back then, where the microphones weren't as advanced as now.
But then again, when I'm listening to it, and now I've been listening to some of the other stuff on Eurovision, I have I don't know, a taste is different. Taste varies. I'm a huge sucker for the new metal, so I would have gone Blind Channel all the way through. But for some reason, this type of nostalgic music won the hearts of everyone, and apparently took Eurovision by storm this time around. Do you have a theory for that? Or are you just as confused as I am?
I am a bit confused. When we talk about Eurovision, it has always been a little bit weird with that, because like there is like a whole genre that is basically almost like Eurovision pop music.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not an
like
actual
Emily
genre,
DeForest.
but you can like that whole ABBA basically.
Yeah,
that
ABBA,
whole
yeah.
style, and you can hear it in a lot of the
style,
Eurovision music, and there's often that goes out and win. But sometimes, and I'm looking at you, Finland, somebody comes along and screws with everybody and wins the Eurovision in like Big Mask and heavy metal. And
that was Lordi.
That was
Lordi, yeah. What the hell happened?
I don't know why, but sometimes like I guess sometimes the world's just funny like that.
Yeah.
And that's really amazing. But I will say, in like the general population, the general world, there's become a big love for folk music. When I'm like on TikTok, I'm seeing a lot of people making stuff like sea shanties, but also Viking metal has become like this big thing now. Scottish music, there's like this TikToker who makes traditional Scottish songs, of course with a little bit of a modern twist, I would feel, but like it's really big. Also Irish folk music and even English and stuff like that.
There's a lot of genres out there. Yeah,
and that old kind of music is like really getting a little comeback.
It's getting coming back.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's amazing.
Maybe that's actually maybe that's part of the reason why people resonated with this track so fast and so much. Anyways, that's actually just a positive thing. So congratulations to Måneskin for doing that, and congratulations on winning the Eurovision, and congratulations on actually winning the hearts of so many people so fast. What I do say though, however, is let's go to the lyric part.
Yeah.
Lyrics. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it a 2.
I'm not even gonna disagree. I don't.
Mostly because I of course it's impressive that you can sing it so fast. And the one problem I have is this is a personal opinion. The reason I have with the problematic thing I have with the fast rappers is it's impressive that you can do it, but you're not connecting with me because I don't understand what the hell you're saying.
Yeah.
And
you've been explaining me about my car's warranty. I have no idea.
I have no idea because it goes so fast. If you were singing it in Italian, great. I would be very impressed if you actually just did that.
It's kind of different, yeah. It's kind of resonate with one even more.
Yeah,
because you can't understand it to begin with, so it doesn't really matter.
But if you're like speed singing it that way, like you're trying to get the song, it feels like you're trying to get the song over with before it even has begun. Which I find kind of sad, because it also makes the hook that is in the song. I can clearly find the hook. There's definitely a chorus going on here, and the problem I have with speed singing like this, it makes the chorus kind of redundant.
I have something about the lyrics. I won't go as low as a 2. I think I will give it a 3, just because I did actually think that the fast singing, even though it was hard to understand, it was still impressive. I do think that deserves some kind of, and it was a very, I guess, catchy song lyric-wise, but I have the problem with the lyrics that it gets annoying. It's in a way where it for me it's an amazing song. I love listening to it. Don't get me wrong, but it's also like it's like you almost want it to stop, drill it out of your head, but it just keeps going in that one sentence because you can't remember anything else, and that kind of gets annoying. It's like saying small kid shark, and you will lose your mind if you think about a baby shark. And everybody knows how much of a curse
everybody knows what we're talking
was.
about just by the one sentence.
Yeah,
right?
and even that was actually kind of a catchy tune, but because of the lyric and that it gets annoying at the end. And I think this song kind of has that problem because that catchphrase is just so obvious, and it goes in that loop that it's in the. I'm scared it's gonna be annoying at the end. If I listen to it too much, it's gonna be annoying.
It didn't really end up catching me at any point. The only thing that actually catched me was actually the pace of the structure of the song. That actually catched me a whole lot more because I still agree on 5 stars in the structure because I wasn't bored with the song structure at all. It actually took me by surprise constantly. But the lyrics, I have no idea what the hell's going on here.
No.
Even if you sang it in Italian, I think you would have done better. So maybe 2.5 stars.
I can agree on that.
2.5 stars
on the lyrics. On structure, I'm with you on a 5. I think it was very interesting. Also, when you look at the whole musical setting, it was fast paced. It was cool. It had that old fashioned kind of thing. And just a very nice musical. Musically, it was a good song. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Our only problem was with the lyrics for different reasons.
And remember, guys, we don't review stuff that we don't like. Of course, we like this track. We love the song. And 2.5 is just we want to be honest as well. Yeah, even though we like music, we want to be honest about it.
Yeah, it's straight up better than a song we're not gonna review because we hate it.
Yeah.
We love all these songs.
Consider that one. Yeah. So, moving on to the sexiness of this track.
If it's only of the track, I think it's sexy. It's sexy. Also, just because I think the band is kind of sexy. I think the lead singer, the guy, he's a good-looking guy.
They're a good-looking band in general.
And they have a female bassist. That's so freaking cool.
That's so versatile and
we don't have enough of those.
It doesn't happen that often. No. I think it's the only place I've actually seen female members like standing out is in Skillet.
Yeah, that's true. They had like female drummer and guitarist.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, when I saw that for the first time.
So the last time I saw a female bassist was when Davey 504 dressed as a woman.
Wow, thank you.
Like we need more of that, and it's just like and she's amazing, and they won the Eurovision, and she's Danish. Come on, it doesn't get any more sexy than that.
Yeah, we have to be privileged here in Denmark. And she's half Danish, and we're very proud of that.
We basically own half the band now. That's how it is.
We have no idea who she is, or we never showed her any appreciation when she tried to become big in Denmark, if she ever did. But now she's big in another country, and that's the Danish way of saying. We did it.
Yeah. I think they're sexy. They rocked the stage at Eurovision. This song is good. They are just all 5 stars. They are a sexy band.
So sadly, it's 2.5 stars in the lyrics, but it's 5 stars in the structure, and we got 5 stars in the sexiness.
Yeah.
So with that said, thank you guys so much for listening in to this music review, and remember to check out the podcast that comes out every Monday. We're gonna leave a video right down here. Where you can check out the podcast episode that we just did this Monday.
Yeah, we actually proved that polar bears are birds.
Yeah, so, polar birds.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you back on Monday.
Yeah, we will. Cheers.
Stay juicy.